first I'm gonna say is, you guys have these in any of your gas stations, don't get them. The fruit punch is just awful. I'd rate it a 2 out of 10. Tastes like cough syrup. But the reason for today's video is I want to discuss shallow water fishing and how you can find fish a little better. One of those baits that you should have on one of your rods at all time is a frog. So you're gonna be fishing, like right here, I got to my right, I got a bunch of lily pads, and to my left, I got some submerged vegetation. So a frog is gonna be great, especially for the lily pads. And to find these fish a little quicker, because like up and down the entire side of me, it's just lily pads for several hundred yards. So to find these fish a little better, just troll across it pretty fast and listen for a popping noise. So if you hear, it's gonna sound kind of like popcorn almost. It's gonna be here and there. And that's like bluegill and stuff like that, eating mayflies or bugs off the surface. And you know that's a live vegetation just from listening to that. So we're gonna go up and down here, and I'm gonna try and find some live vegetation for you guys. We're gonna throw a few frogs into it, and hopefully it works. So, you guys like my little trolling motor? Isn't it perfect? Oh, old ass fish finder, the shallow alarm went off. But no, I got this perfect little trolling motor. I need to get a foot one. I was deciding I was gonna be a cheap ass. I was like, you know what? It's about $100 cheaper. Might as well get it. I can do without. I'm really regretting it now. So if you're wondering the same thing, just get a foot motor. It's a hell of a lot easier than these things. Constantly bending down and twisting the sucker. Another thing people can do too that they don't really look at is when you have low water, like we do now, you can throw like a square bill or any sort of crankbait, or really anything you like that swims, and throw that just off like 25 yards or so from the weeds. Usually a lot of bass will get, you know, I don't know how to put it, like nervous when the water starts getting low, and they'll move out of those weeds thinking their water's gonna dry up, you know. So they'll move to these little grooves. You can't really see them unless you have a fish finder most of the time, but there'll be a groove in between the deeper water and the weeds, and that's a great place to go like these crankbaits and square bills and stuff. I went fishing yesterday, I caught a lot of fish doing just that, just fishing them grooves instead of pads. So, just another thing to keep in mind. When I fish a frog, I'm just letting my rod drop. I'm not even like jerking it or anything. I'm just lifting my rod up and then I'm just letting it fall in my hand. So I think that gets a lot better action compared to when you see other people and they're jerking it a bunch. I just keep it slow and let it fall out of my hand. Get my motor going here. But yeah, I was just, this entire bank up here, I was just letting myself come down with the wind. Wasn't even using my trolling motor. And whenever you get them dead zones where it's like, you can see the lily pads, but you're not hearing any action in it. There's no popping or anything, it's just a dead pad. I always pick up my crankbait or something and I fish along the bank there. Look at this guy. Oh, I got a fish. No way. There we go. There we go, on video too. Let's go. There we go, guys. Look at that. Nice little largemouth. Get the pliers. They don't hook me. Ooh, he's gonna hook me. He's nice. Look at that. First one of the day. Just a little guy, really small. Bet he hardly makes 14. But yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying. Up on those, there he goes. Up on those, just off them grass. If you just throw a crankbait or, you know, something of that nature, usually you can catch some fish. I mean, a lot of people overlook it. They go to these, they just fish the grass, or they're just gonna fish like rocks or something structural, you know. They don't really look at these outer parts. Like, everyone's gonna fish the grass here, but they're gonna skip over the open roots or grooves underwater. Like right here, we got just about 8 feet, and up there it's like 2 or 3. Everyone, like today, I've been watching bass boats go back and forth, and they've just been fishing all these really weeded spots, but they're skipping over all of these grooves. There's, like, I had one guy around me, he was fishing every spot of lily pads around me, literally everyone, and he kept skipping over all these other spots. And it just don't make sense to me. If you're trying to catch fish, don't sit on the on just the lily pads. Keep yourself open. I noticed, at least for me, I catch a lot more fish if I just, you know, cruise down the entire part instead of skipping back and forth. Like, you skip back and forth, you're probably gonna find a good bit of fish yourself too. But I mean, I feel like there's a lot people skip over, and you'll have better luck if you, especially on a windy day like today, you just follow the wind. Don't even worry about all that other stuff. Yeah, he's just gonna fly past me too. Come on. Ooh, this might be a nice fish. Oh, it's a pike. Oh, there we go. Nice little pike too. Look at that. There we go. I've been biting a lot lately. I've caught several of those over the last couple days. Ooh, don't you do it. He's got some life in him yet. Yeah. Well, it's a nice little guy. I can't really get my hands in his gill. But, yeah. Look at that. Nice little pike. There we go. That's just proof. It's not just bass either. I'm gonna let him go. Oh, or he's gonna. Wind took us away a little bit, but it's just up there. There's like that grass, and it kind of branches out throughout all of here, just submerged. And then right off this submerged stuff over here is where I'm catching all them, or both of them fish, that pike and that bass. we're gonna get ourselves back up here. This wind is just terrible. Guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Let me know if you like that or not, because I mean, you were at one angle the entire video, so I don't know. Just basically let me know what I can improve, because it was hard for the first time to really figure out what I had to do. But thank you for watching, and I guess we'll see you on the next one.